There are three different characters. There is the character of the oppressed, there's the character of the extreme oppressor, and there's the character of a white moderate. I will be standing in for the character of the white moderate because that person is currently, just 5 minutes ago, got done taking her last GED test. I will be reading that part. However, I think that it's very important to reiterate again that all of what is written, as well as read, has been written and shared by our students. Hopefully, this microphone will keep us live. If not, we'll have to speak quite loud. We're going to go through three parts in history. We're going to go through the civil rights movement, go back in time towards slavery, and go forward in time to current day and looking at the issue of human trafficking. This first section is the civil rights movement.
They hide behind their hoods while they commit their secret sins against my peoples. The KKK ride their horses in the middle of the night while we sleep crossburned. We wait to see strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Are these sins so secret when we terrorize not just by violence, but by the fear of violence?
Why do all these people think they deserve the same freedoms as us whites? Don't they know their place?
Jim Crow made famous through us white men's mistrials, acting their way to degrade our existence. Signs making sure that we know our place. We serve color carry out only. Restrooms, white, black, colored, seated in the rear. No dogs, Negroes, or Mexicans allowed.
I don't think that's right. But I think they should just follow the rules. Because there's nothing they can do about it. I wouldn't like to be treated that way. But there's nothing I can do about it either. And I won't risk my own life, so...
Ha! Look at that. Intimidation just don't keep those blacks in their place. It keep those Negro-loving whites in their place also.
Intimidation through the characters of my peoples. Pitiable, exotic, savages, hypersexual, deviants, childlike buffoons, obedient servants, self-loathing victims, and menaces to society.
Pickaninnies, Gollywog, Tom, Coon, Jezebel, Tragic Mulatto, Sapphire. Mammy, bring me my pancakes and syrup. Because all the black woman is good for us in the kitchen.
Slavery. As a daughter of one of the largest plantation owners in Louisiana, I grew up with the most loving nanny. Mama trusted Dorothy to fix my food, get me dressed, and bathe me, even take me on walks sometimes. One day I woke up to Dorothy's loving face once again, preparing everything I need for the day. I started to think to myself, what is so different about Dorothy? Only thing I know, the color of her skin. I'd like to talk to my daddy, but I'm scared. Maybe I'd disgrace the family.
Master sure love his daughter, but boy, does he make sure us and our children work those fields in order to ensure his future. He rarely whoops us, but the ones he gives lasting impressions on all of us. I really do care about that little child, though. She's such a sweet thing. It's a shame her parents are raising her like the rest of the plantation owners do. To think she's above all of us black folks. She's all grown up now, 17. I sure see her struggle. I know she wants to make things better for me, but her heart is torn between the family and her upbringing and the possibility of a different way of life. Sometimes I can see her passion, but most of the times it's dressing up like the Southern bellies to hide her fear of stepping out of empathy. Rights and responsibilities, it's a messy business.
My little girl, She's all grown up.
Come on, Mike.
Can't believe I raised her to keep the Southern way and ensure powers and stay with who it belongs. I wonder what's bringing this sudden change I see in my little girl. Does she think they are equal? Does she trust them? They came in as slaves, they should stay that way.
Human trafficking. I keep hearing this chatter about human trafficking, and it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm glad it's only overseas. I don't have to worry about it happening to me. It can only happen it can't possibly happen as often as what people say it does, or people just be out there trying to stop it, right?
Relentless fear, confused, terrified, searching for hope to maintain my survival. Some say slavery has died. It certainly has for me, and more than 20.9 million other victims of forced labor and sex trafficked today. Manipulated and trafficked in the sex trade at 13, I've been sexually exploited for the last 6 years. After months of being transported in trucks on cross-country trips, transports for trafficking, my self-image has been reduced to cattle being loaded on the cattle car. I've seen and experienced the unthinkable, as if earning the name of streetwalker and being treated as a criminal instead of a victim wasn't enough. As if the rotating door of men there to act out their sexual fantasy wasn't enough. As if experiencing the recurring nightmare of women locked in basements, warehouses, trucks, and cheap motel wasn't enough. I have witnessed the beating, rapes, murders of innocent women. I have heard the actual crying out for the kidnapping, crying out to their mothers. How can my own country not be aware, not care of all the cruelties? Crazy, man.
I recruited, transported, transferred, harbored, and sold little girls, and I can count. For me, it's all about the money. I do anything to get money. I deceive, I lie. I hurt their loved ones to get my say-so. I feed off their vulnerability. Abuse my power and dare anybody to stop me. Sexual exploitation, that's what they call it. They don't know what they're talking about. Some of my girls like it. Those others want to fulfill in their eyes, well, we just got to break them in.
No female, no child, no one desires to be of such nightmares. Victims of human trafficking can be men, women, children, adults, foreign nationals, and yes, U.S. citizens. Modern day slavery is alive and well. Since the year 2000, the United States government has gotten involved. They passed the Federal Trafficking Victims Protection Act. It's there to protect people like me and other victims, yet it's not enough. So many more need your help. I need your help.
Like it was something new that I've done. I don't know how to be evil and stuff like that. So like that's something that I had to switch up and be. So.
Good job.